Yo, YouTube, guess who's back? Guess who's got his internet back? Finally, feels so good to be back with you guys. Not live, with terrible picture. Man, AT&T showed up today and hooked it up with the fiber optics. Hell yeah, I've got like 60 megs per second, which is good, but my dad actually has 170 megs per second at his house, which is just crazy. But anyway, I am back, and as promised, I will be doing the giveaway, the GAW. But before I get to that, I would like to do a bit of housekeeping. I'm smoking some full Virginia flake, amply dried out overnight. Thank God, it's finally dry enough. In my brand new, or well, new to me, but in my new Dr. GAW Grand Duke author shape, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think you can get these anymore. I don't think they make these. But I seen Savinelli had the, they do the author shape and they're unfinished. And I used to not like them, but I just fell in love with the author shape recently. And I've been looking for a good one on eBay that was a push stem, where, not a screw-on stem, with a, that was a filter that was in good shape. And I finally found one. I missed one, but then another one popped up and I scooped it up. I might actually get the rusticated version of this too. I seen another guy with one online that's in good shape. But anyway, it just has some gorgeous grain and needs to be refinished. It's still got a decent finish, but in a few spots it's coming off. But the actual bit itself is in freaking immaculate shape. Like, if you'll notice, that thing's got like a mirror shine, and there's no chatter on the damn bit. No teeth have been beating it up. And I must say, it don't take long for these Dr. GAW push bits to start getting kind of oxidized here, this metal piece. And on that note too, I bought a little box of Medico filters up at the pipe shop. Man, they suck compared to Dr. GAW. They say, oh yeah, their Medicos are cheaper. Yeah, but they're garbage compared. I mean, Dr. GAW is like $1 more for this, like, I think I can get like 300 of the ones for like, of Dr. GAWs for like $10, like the same price for Medicos. I'm like, and these are garbage. And really, I only bought them to get me through. I bought one of the big boxes of GAW filters, and I'm just waiting on it in the mail. That's the only reason why I bought one. Otherwise, I wouldn't have. But anyway, digging the full Virginia flake. Getting a tea flavor out of it. Like iced tea, not sweet tea, but iced tea. And I hate tea, but it actually is good this way. Or it is a good flavor. But anyway, I wanted to do my 100 sub GAW, better late than never, today. And I was just trying to think of, a good topic for 100, a virtual response GAW. And I do believe I found one. Now, I was just thinking today about one of the worst jobs I ever had. My dad got me this job at this little sandwich shop that served his, he works in a little corporate plaza with a bunch of businesses, and there's a little sandwich shop that's a part of the building. It's in the same building. It's run by an Indian guy. Well, he's from Kenya, but he's of Indian descent, like from India. And he was actually a Muslim. But he was a part of the group of Indians that were brought, like the English brought Indians from India to Kenya to work on railroads and stuff. And this guy, he was a direct descendant of Indians that had worked on the railroads in Kenya. And there's still a population of Indians there. But anyway, the guy's name was Shamash. And He only needed a little bit of help. But the guy just rode me like a Shetland pony. I, I think I worked there like 3 hours a day for like $10 an hour. So, and washing dishes and prepping food. But it wasn't just a sandwich shop. He would cook food for his temple or what mosque. He would cook food for his mosque. And they would have me prepare food, which actually I got to try a lot of different stuff like kebabs and yogurt chicken, stuff like that, which I did enjoy. But the guy was like a dictator. He was a slave driver. I mean, you know, I'd never done it before. I wasn't but 16 or 17, and the guy just made it seem like lives were at stake. You know, he would just ride me and ride me and ride me like he was paying me $20 an hour or something. And I just hated the guy. I mean, he was an okay guy, but he was just, you know, he seemed to think that, you know, that he could just treat me like a dog, and that I would take it, you know, and that I would, you know, that I owed him something. It was like I owed him something. Which wasn't the case at all. And it would just, you know, I would get piled up on the dishes, and then he would start riding me, and it would just make it worse. He would start making me anxious, and, you know, and it was just not good. And it was like I couldn't do nothing right for the guy. And I was only 16, you know, so. But I got along with the other people that worked there fine. A woman named Catalina, Spanish lady. She was cool as hell, and this other guy who was from Syria. He was crazy as hell looking. I mean, but he was a cool guy. And me and him would sit and smoke cigarettes together, and one time we did a delivery together. But anyway, you know, that was basically the worst job I ever had, I would have to say. And it was because of that guy. You know, his family, his wife and his son would work there sometimes. And they were cool, you know. If I was doing something wrong, they would say, "Oh, you know, do it this way. You know, this is the best way to do it." He just wouldn't let up, you know. He'd start getting mad. He'd start getting emotional with me and stuff, you know. And that I can't. It's difficult for me to focus when somebody is yelling at me, you know. It just wasn't a good situation. And a friend of mine's grandmother decided that she wanted to go on a cruise and take my friend and his mom on a cruise, and she told my buddy that he could take one friend. This was to the Bahamas, so he decided he wanted to take me. Well, anyway, I told the guy Shamash, I said, "Hey, look, I need a week off this December. And, you know, I'm going to go on a cruise. Somebody's taking me on a cruise." And the guy, like, threw a fit. He threw a fit. I said, "All right, man, I'm not coming back. You know, see you later, man. I've had enough of you." And actually, I worked there twice. I think I went back and worked for the guy after that again for some stupid reason. And, you know, I rode my bike to this place every day. It was like 4 or 5 miles from my house. I rode my bike there every day for $30 a day. Anyway, that's pretty much, this is the topic. I wanted to ask you guys, what is the worst job that you've ever had, and what made it the worst job you ever had? That is my VR. That's what I want to hear from you guys. You know, it was just that story, you know, I was just been thinking about it the last few days, and I just wanted to hear some of you other guys' horror stories. That's all. Anyway, this giveaway, I'm going to be putting several things in this. The one thing that I will tell you that's going to be in it is the Balkan Sobrani, like I said. Should be about half a tin. And I'll send you it with the tin, too. Excuse me. And I will probably send another, you know, an assortment of other stuff as well. I don't know exactly what it's going to entail yet, but that'll be, you can at least rest assured that you'll get some Vulcan Sobrani. And I would imagine there'll be some other rare blends in there for you guys to try. Man, but anyway, the gentleman that I bought this pipe from on eBay, I believe he was a pastor. The damn stamp on the box said Jesus died for our sins, which he did. But, you know, some people, I'm just not, you know, I don't wear that kind of stuff on my shirt sleeve. But anyway, he sent me a little sample of tobacco with a golf tee. Well, the tobacco was an aromatic. And I'm not much of an aromatic smoker. Not much at all. Especially not something like that. I mean, this stuff is so heavily cased. It's in a bag. The entire upstairs of my house smells like vanilla. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, I almost, I mean, it was a gift. I don't want to throw it away, but it's just like, good Lord, you know, how can something, you know, I just don't see. I guess some people really want to, you know, when they smoke, they want it to be like a vanilla smoke, you know. They don't want it to be tobacco smoke. They want it to be vanilla smoke. And just kind of off-putting. It just smells like freaking vanilla upstairs, and it's gross. It's not even like a real vanilla. It's like a tobacco vanilla. It just smells like chemicals to me. I don't like it. But I will probably give it a shot at some point. It just looked like some burley blend with a ton of casing. Maybe like Sir Walter Raleigh aromatic. I've never smelt it, but it reminded me of Sir Walter Raleigh. The cut, anyway. But anyway, that is my 100 sub GAW, ladies and gentlemen. So glad to have the internet back, and I just really appreciate all you guys who have been subscribing. It just seems like all of a sudden, since Stephen Waters mentioned my name, boom, just exploded. I went from like 73 to 115 in like a week. Which is a lot. But boy, I must say, this is a sweet pipe. This thing smokes like a dream. I smoked a little bit of 40th anniversary in it earlier. But I ended up tapping out pretty much like half of the bowl because I had to go inside or something. But man, this thing's just drawing like a champ. I'm just getting these huge plumes of full Virginia flake smoke. And it's not getting hot, which is nice. Nice fat bowl, nice fat squat bowl. I like that. Probably my thickest bowl so far. But anyway, Piper Downs over and out. Looking forward to hearing you guys' worst jobs ever and why they were the worst. Anyway, I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Piper Downs over and out.